to give you permission to laugh today because if he were here, he would. He understood a very important principle, and that is that a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. His spirit was full of life, though his body struggled. Maybe for the first time, heaven is having to deal with the real Dennis the Menace. Before Travis got sick, you probably noticed in the pictures, he looked like Dennis and evidently learned his skills from Dennis the Menace. Pastor Marty once described Travis to me as, Pastor, he's a little guy you never want to turn your back on. How do you describe and remember a boy like this? I'll never forget him. He never complained. When I would see him in church, which was on a regular basis, he often would sit behind Carol and I, right down there, always smiling at me. He loved me and I loved him. When he lost his hair, when most folks lose their hair, it's a big, dramatic deal. When he lost his hair, he laughed. When he began to swell because of the steroids in his face, for most folks that would be devastating. They heard him in the bathroom laughing. What was he doing? They went to see. He was in the mirror making faces at himself. What kind of a spirit is that? What kind of a heart is that? It's the heart of a giant. He was a little guy in stature, but he was a giant in faith. The next time you start to whine or to complain, Travis and I have a word for you today. Stop it. And remember my friend Travis. Truth of the matter is, we really don't have a whole lot of problems to complain about. I could go on forever today because his life was so full of so much. And I'm going to share a little bit more of that. But what I want to do is I would like to give to us here today 3 little simple statements that will help us to get a handle on such a powerful young life that touched so many of us. The numbers of people that are here today, the hits on the email website, the letters and the cards from all over the country. This young man touched so many lives in such a powerful way. I'd like to give us just 3 little simple statements that when we leave here today, hopefully we can put our mind around them to remember our friend, Travis. The first statement that I want to give to you was that he laughed a lot. He laughed a lot. While Grandpa Sonny would be fishing at the pond, thinking he was all alone in God's beautiful world, Travis would slip down there without Sonny knowing about it, hide in the bushes, and begin making noises that sounded like a bear. And he would just restrain his laughter as Grandpa got more and more nervous, expecting the bear to come out at any moment. Finally, when Grandpa could stand it no longer, he laid his pole down, slipped over to peek in the bushes. At that moment, Travis could stand it no longer, and the bear burst into the laughter of a young boy. Sonny told me one time he had been picking poke salad, was tired, and decided to sit down on the back of the trailer that was hooked to the tractor. So he sat down, begin to relax. This particular trailer had a dump lever. Travis eased around without Grandpa even noticing. Reaches over, hits the lever, and dumps Grandpa out on the ground, and the tailgate comes crashing down on Sonny's head. He said to me, he said, Pastor, I'll tell you about life with Travis. I've been bent, and I've been broken, and I've been bloody, but I've never been bored. God give us all a grandson like that. His daddy told me, said, Pastor, said, one day I looked at him and there was something really wrong with him. Said, I noticed that this was before he got sick. I noticed that his hair was just, it didn't look right. And I got to really noticing, and there was a complete eyebrow missing. He said, son, what happened to your eyebrow? I don't know. His daddy said, boy, I got to know what's happened to you. Something has happened. He pressed and pressed. And if you knew Travis, you had to press him to the wall. And finally he said, Dad, maybe the razor accidentally fell off the shelf and hit my eyebrow and shaved it off. Stan gave him the old Bill Cosby line. He said, son, has your head been with you all day long? I want to tell you, this is a happy family. This is the kind of family that all of us would love to be a part of. Travis Robison laughed a lot.